Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the campus of River Falls High School. We're here at Peg Aderman Field for today's Big Rivers Conference matchup between the Menomonie Mustangs and your River Falls Wildcats. Well, we have Steve Pellinger up here on the directorial computer. We got Tim Kibble over here working cameras. Paul Aderman's down there doing public address and helping Angie Clifton out. And as always, to my right, ladies and gentlemen, Chantel Dulas.
Hello, I'm here.
How's everybody's mics working? Can you hear me okay, or you want me to turn you up?
Nope, you're good.
You can turn me down a little.
Down?
Yeah.
You're 3, okay.
I can be down a little bit too.
All right. Well, here, we'll do that right there and that right there. How's that? How you guys
Yep, that's good.
Talk to the crowd and say hello.
Hey, how's everybody going
Hello.
today?
All right.
Mine's still really loud.
Is it? Okay. How about that?
That's better. Yep.
All right. How about that, Steve?
I'm great.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, sounds good. Well, we have about 7 minutes before first pitch, and we'll go over the starting lineups first for your visiting Mustangs from Menomonie. They come in at 9-5 overall, and leading off the shortstop, number 3, Olivia Sample, the center fielder, number 2, Sierra Outh, the first baseman, number 8, Amanda Holzheider, catching this afternoon, number 5, Reese Barfnicht, pitching in the circle this afternoon, number 12, Macy Martlett. In right field, number 13, Ellie Fisher. And the designated player, number 7, Jaden Stoof. Playing left field, wearing number 1, Addison Hasse. And playing second base, number 6, Megan Mahan. And, it's just a designated player. And playing right field today for the Mustangs, number 4, Jordan Oman. For your Wildcats, leading off and playing center field, number 2, Alexis Ralston. Batting second and playing right field, Danny Pellinger. The designated player this afternoon, number 25, Reagan Schurz. Playing third base, number 14, Ava Larson. Catching this afternoon, number 11, Mo Kibble. Playing first base, number 23, Hudson Walker. Playing shortstop, number 0, Caitlin Moe. Playing second base, number 6, and batting 8th, Georgia Bankston. And hitting in the 9-hole, the left fielder, number 3, Kenna Cook. Well, in the circle for the Wildcats is number 1, junior Audra Aderman, and throwing for the Mustangs is Macy Martlett. Well, Macy she's been, I don't know if you can get 2 more up and down games. So she had last time out in a 9-4 loss to Chippewa Falls. Martlett threw 2/3 of an inning, gave up 6 hits, 8 runs, 7 of them were earned. But then she turned around against Memorial right before that and pitched a shutout, a 2-hit shutout against a pretty solid Memorial squad. So we'll see what Martlett has in store for the Wildcats tonight. Steve, I love the new camera angle that you guys got going on over there.
Yeah,
today.
we're going to give that a try. You know, it's just been an experiment every single game we've had, and we apologize to the viewers on our technical difficulties, but it's.
Well, I think most of them just like listening to you and Chantel anyway. So.
No, they're listening to you, but no, we hope we have a good mix today and some good signal and.
Yeah.
Hopefully some good luck that we don't have any issues with the broadcast today.
Well, and we've always had the behind the it's you got a little fence in the way, but you can still see the action. But today, show them and we'll also give them our Johnny's Bar. Pop the next shot over.
Can you turn mine down a little bit?
Yep.
More?
What you're hearing? How's that? How's that?
I can't hear anything now.
That's good.
All right.
You'll have to turn me up.
All right. How about that?
A little bit more.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
All right. How about that?
Better.
All right. Chantel, you're good?
You can turn mine down more.
All right. How's that?
A little bit more.
All right.
Okay.
All right. That was
Well,
goofy.
now you turn me down. I can't
Really?
even hear myself.
Okay. So Chantel, I think you're. Oh, sorry, you're 1. There you go. How about that? How about that, Steve?
That's way better. Thank you.
All right.
Turn me down more.
You're 1. All right. How's that?
A little bit more.
All right. I don't know why that's
I don't feel like it's moving anywhere. I don't feel like anything's changing when you do
Here.
Playing first base, number 23, Hudson Walker.
I mean, they got the 1, 2,
Number 0.
1, 2. There. I'm on that one for some reason. All right.
Playing second
Oh, yeah, that is me. Okay. How's that for you, Chantel?
Is this me?
Yeah, I think so.
There we go.
left field, number
What
Yep,
about
now
Steve?
it went
Steve,
out.
how are you?
I'm good.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
you're perfect.
Everybody's ready to rock and
Now
roll.
we're on it.
All right. Thanks again to Johnny's Bar. Been a sponsor of Wildcat softball for a long time. River City Stitch.
field, stand up and gentlemen,
Oh,
You got it cleared over there, yep.
playing of the national anthem.
And we're going to remove our hats and listen to the national anthem. Did Angie give Paul the guy's little the voice that they got to introduce the players?
That's
or is he-
Lynn that does that.
That's
Yeah,
Lynn.
Angie doesn't do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
No.
Yep.
Nope.
Are they going to be doing that or Lynn?
Yep,
Oh, so
Lynn's doing that.
Okay.
For home team. Yep.
yeah,
Walk-up songs and announcing.
yeah. So Callie down at River City Stitch, we appreciate your support for Wildcat softball. And as always, Team Dana and Jeremy Cudd with Property Executives Realty. Check them out at teamcud.com. And Patax Family Market since 1912. They also sponsor the Pierce County Journal Athlete of the Week. This week's Pierce County Journal Athlete of the Week was Eliza Acker from Ellsworth, and she absolutely had. We'll talk about her week later. And Tarnation Tavern in downtown River Falls at the corner of Maple and Main. And American Family Insurance, Jared Hines Agency. Check him out at amfam.com. Jared Hines in Ellsworth, River Falls, and the surrounding areas. And also Big Fish Performance, train like a big fish. All right, well, the Wildcats come into today 5-8 overall, just 1-5 in the BRC, but they've had some, Chantel, I think they've had some good improvement. I mean, one thing that I've seen lately, Brenna Cook has been, she's been pitching pretty well.
Brenna Clifton.
I'm sorry, Brenna Clifton, thank you. And also, I think the Wildcat bats are starting to heat up. Ava Larson has been hotter than a firecracker lately.
Yeah, Mo Kibbles went in there.
Yeah, everybody's bats have picked up. And what are your thoughts on that?
Anytime you play in the big rivers, it's going to be a tough game. You never know what can happen, right? Like, every team comes to play every day, so you got to bring your A game.
Point in case, Eau Claire Memorial looks like, national champs. And then Menomonie comes out and beats them 15-0.
Yep.
And then they go back and get drilled by Chippewa Falls. So you have I think before you put the headset on, the Mustang pitcher today, Macy Martlett, she threw a 2-hit shutout against Memorial, but then the game before against Chippewa Falls, the next game against Chippewa Falls, she pitched 2/3 of an inning and gave up 7 earned.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think Memorial's bats are quite a bit stronger. I mean, pretty even Steven against Chip, So Audra Aderman in the circle today for the Wildcats. First pitch just a hair high, ball 1. Leading off for the Mustangs, the shortstop Olivia Sample. She was 1 for 4 in Thursday's loss to Chippewa Falls. Coach Fletcher sent me the stats for the pitchers, and it included their K to walk to K ratio, and their WHIP and ERA. But that's all I had.
Okay.
She's holding the stats back. She's holding them back.
Do you want to give away all? Or
I guess
secrets?
not. And on the 3-1 count, Sample walks to lead off the game. So with Sample on first base, it'll bring up the center fielder, number 2, Sierra Alf. That one just a little low. Mo Kibble back there catching for the Wildcats today.
Possible bunt situation, bunt steal possibly. So we got to have our fielders moving.
(2-0) the count. A little bit of breeze picking up. You can probably hear it on the microphones.
She's stealing.
Kibble down to second, and Sample slides in safely with a stolen base. Aderman gets the swinging strike. 2-1 is the count. No down here. Top of the first here at Peg Aderman Field. Thanks for joining us, everyone. And boy, today started out pretty gloomy.
Sure did.
There's a little slow grounder to third. Larson scoops it up, fires over to first for out number 1. 5-3 if you're scoring at home, and Sample will scamper on over to third. It'll bring up the first baseman, number 8, Amanda Holtzider. Holtzider was 1 for 3.
Holtzider.
Holtzider.
Yeah.
Holtzieder. Oh, I got it right there.
Yeah.
Holtzieder.
Holtzieder. That's a confusing one.
Like a big tree trunk. Aderman gets the inside strike. Must have been right on the corner.
We got a pitch count on the scoreboard today. Haven't seen that before.
I didn't know they had that in high school softball.
I didn't either. I think it's Paul Aderman down there on the scoreboard.
Just
maybe. I don't know.
He doesn't do this.
He just wants something else to do.
No, Nicole Bakeson does.
Oh, does she? Okay.
I've never seen it register up there before, though.
Aderman rocks and fires high and outside. Ball 2. Well, the Wildcats here looking to get off to a good start and put up a goose egg on the Mustangs. The last couple games, the first inning's kind of been their Achilles heel.
Sure has, yeah. Kind of dig themselves a hole. That's kind of been for years and years the way the Wildcats come out, but.
Well, and one of the things, I mean, it's straight statistics too. Obviously, the opposing, I mean, every team has their best hitters up at the top of the lineup, so you're going to have some
hits.
You're going to have your statistically have a good chance of doing some good production in the top of the first. Holtzieder with a walk. So runners at the corners, 1 down, and it brings up the catcher, Reese Barfnick. Reese was 1 for 3 against Chippewa Falls on Thursday.
Good first pitch striked by Audra there.
Chantel, you're feeling all better. You look well.
Yeah, much better. Glad to be back.
Right on the outside corner, Mo Kibble fires it down to second. They cut, and Bankston cuts it off.
Cats tried a little trickery there.
Yeah, a little chicanery. Steve Pellinger is just rocking and rolling on the.
I was a little slow on that one. Sorry,
in the director's chair.
Yep, a little slow.
0-2 the count to Barfnick. Great out-2 pitch. That was just inches outside. Good call by the ump, and ball 1 for Barfnick.
That's a good spot on the 0-2 pitch. Nothing good. Nothing over the plate. Definitely nothing in the red.
Well, it was close enough though where you got to take a. You got to.
Yeah, she thought about it.
And Aderman gets Barfnick swinging for a big out number 2.
That's a big out.
Runners at second and third, 2 down, and now pitcher Marcy Marlett comes to the plate. Yeah, it is Marlett. I think I said Martlett earlier. It's Marlett. That one high right at the letters. Maybe just a hair below. Strike 1 for Aderman.
She's grooving now, Audra. I like when she gets aggressive at these batters and goes right at them right away.
Aderman looks like she's got a little more giddy up, a little
pop today.
A little pop today in that. Slinging it. That one just off the plate inside, ball 1. Aderman looking confident and aggressive today here in the top of the first inning. Chantel, you know what? Can I ask you to do one small favor?
Yeah, for sure. I'll try my best.
As Marlett fouls that one off to the back, use your handheld computer device and go to the River Falls Sports Broadcasting YouTube page.
Okay.
Just make sure that we're running. I forgot to do that.
I liked and subscribe.
Okay, so there we are. Have you subscribed?
Oh, for sure. Have you guys?
If I have, and for anybody watching out there, if you have not subscribed or hit the like button on the River Falls Sports YouTube channel, please do. We'll much appreciate it. I think we're hovering around the 6,000 subscriptions, which is kind of cool.
That's impressive. That's a lot.
I remember when that thing was under 100.
Good block by Mo. Got a couple of shout-outs here. Judy Kivel says, "Go Wildcats" from Grandma Kivel in Florida. And Angela Clifton, "Let's go Cats." I believe she's on a work trip. That's why she's
Angie Clifton has the best pipes in the business.
Yeah, that's why we don't have her on the announcing today.
And Angie, I'm sorry I messed up your kid's last name earlier in the broadcast. I said Cook instead of Clifton, but I knew what I was talking about.
Yep, we knew.
But speaking of pitchers pitching well, that's Aderman after a 4-pitch walk to start off the game. She's been pretty much grooving. Larson fields that one cleanly, fires over to first base.
Cats get out of a jam there.
Who's playing? Yeah, that's Hudson Walker at first, and Aderman gets out of a little bit of a jam, and a good first inning for the Wildcats. No runs on no hits, 2 left as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Well, let's thank our sponsors here while we have some time in between, and then next inning we'll take a look at the youth players of the game.
Okay.
So once again, thanks to Johnny's Bar on Main Street in downtown River Falls. Johnny's Bar since 1946, and River City Stitch on 2nd Street in River Falls for all your apparel needs. Check out, give Callie a call down at River City Stitch. And Team Dana and Jeremy Cudd from Property Executives Realty. Check them out at teamcud.com. And Patax Family Market since 1912. Patax is in River Falls and Prescott. And Tarnation Tavern for live music and Charlie Cat Hot Chicken. It's Tarnation Tavern. American Family Insurance, Jared Hines Agency. Check Jared out at amfam.com. And Big Fish Performance, train like a big fish. I know there's a lot of youth softball players that are heading out to now, does Big Fish also train out at DBAT? Do they do some training sessions there?
I
don't think so.
Okay.
No.
I knew they had their own facility, and I didn't know if they had just kind of moved it over there or what they're doing. But
no,
you can
they're
check
separate
out,
from that.
Yeah, check out Big Fish and check out Big Fish. Oh, there we go. Oh, yes, sir.
Boom.
So Aderman and the Wildcats blank the Mustangs in the top of 1, and leading off for the Wildcats, the center fielder, the speedy Alexis Ralston. Ralston batting .308 on the season. She scored 7 runs on 5 walks. She was 1 for 2 last game in that it was a banger 10-9 game against Hudson on actually it was moved to Friday. Moved to Friday. 1-1 the count.
I was watching from home, really hoping that the Cats would keep rolling that 7th inning there.
Boy, it came back in it. There's
nice shot.
On the button, Ralston dead center, and that one's hauled in by Amanda Holtz-Cedar.
That's a great
for
swing.
Out number 1. That was a good
that
cut.
one up. Nothing you can do about that one.
Well, that's the goal, right? As a hitter, just you try to square it up and hit it hard.
Yep.
And Ralston did just that.
Sometimes it just goes right at him.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 24, Danny Pellinger. Pellinger takes a strike.
Gosh. She turned away, and it was an inside strike.
0-1 the count. Pellinger batting .241 on the season. She has 4 RBI and 7 runs scored. Those 7 runs are among the leaders on the team. Good quick
up.
swing, but pops it up.
Tough ball.
Center fielder and second baseman kind of battling for it. And that one hauled in by the second baseman, Megan McMahon. So F4 if you're scoring at home. And now batting for the Wildcats, the designated player, number 25, freshman Reagan Schurz. Schurz batting .314 on the year with 8 RBI and 6 runs scored. She takes strike one. Quick moving first inning, Chantel.
It is going quick. And I figured out it's not a pitch count. It's their jersey number up there.
Oh, got ya.
So
Okay.
I was getting confused while I was counting down, but I figured it out now.
That one just a little low. Count moves to 2-1. Well, it's tough to beat the day here. I mean, there's a little slight breeze. There's some light jackets and a few blankets, but for the most part, it's a pretty nice day to play some high school softball here
Sun's shining.
at Peg Aderman Field. And as you can see, the A right there off to your right on the screen. Well, not yet, but we'll see it in a minute. That one looked a hair low, but umpire behind the plate called it a strike. And Marta gets Schurz looking for out number 3 in the first. Boy, that the first inning was about 25 minutes quicker than Friday's first inning between the
was quick,
Raiders
in and out.
the Wildcats. What's going on over at Meyer Middle School?
Oh gosh, we call it.
Are you a special ed teacher? What do you teach over there?
Special ed para.
Special ed para.
Yep, we call it Mayhem May.
Was para
starts
like
tomorrow.
a parachuter? Do you parachute?
I wish I. That'd
You
be
teach
kinda fun.
parachuting?
Para educator, paraprofessional.
I know
guess,
what it is.
Yeah.
You can tell everybody else what it is.
Yeah. No, it's a fun job. It's a different day every day. Work with a lot of fun kids. But yeah, it's getting squirrely. Kids are getting squirrely this last month of May here.
So are adults.
Yep. We are ready for the school year to be over, and so are the kids. But we got a lot of fun field trips planned, and hopefully we'll get outside here more as the weather warms up, and it'll go by quick. 26 days, I think, of school.
But you're not counting.
Not counting, though. We don't have a countdown or anything going on in our room.
Well, leading off the top of the second for the Mustangs is John Cougar Mellencamp and Paul Aderman are rocking downstairs. It's the right fielder, Ellie Fisher.
The JV coach, Taryn, she's also a para with me in our room. It's her first year.
And Coach Fletcher teaches at the middle school as well.
Sixth grade science. So we all work together. We spend a lot of time going down to Fletcher's room just to talk softball during the day.
Why wouldn't you?
I know. It's fun.
Inside out swing off the fist.
There we go.
And one pitch, one out
Easy out for Hudson Walker.
for Audra Aderman. Her significant other, Lincoln McCarty's here watching her.
I saw
He looked
him.
like he just got in from work. Lincoln cleaned my they pressure washed my house a couple weeks ago.
He does a great job.
They did an outstanding job.
What is it? C&M services?
CRM services.
CRM services?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
A
call
little
him.
free plug.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. He deserved it. It's when you do a good job like that.
That's right.
People start talking.
You got his number?
I do actually. I'll give it out later. But they can look up CRM services. They're on
Yeah.
Facebook and online and stuff. Once again, Larson,
All
like a
right.
Hoover vacuum
Ava.
cleaner at third base,
Hot corner over there
scooping
today.
them up.
Have her
And
stop
just
the
like
game.
that, Aderman, aggressive and owning the strike zone. 2 down here in the top of the second. Ava Larson with 3 putouts so far. Addison Haase, the left fielder, now at the plate for the Mustangs. Kind of a sweet left-handed batting stance there. She has her
There's
front
something
foot
about,
kind of
A
back.
little bit of a
and
slapper, I think.
Yeah.
Looking
Something
here.
about lefties. Their swing is just beautiful.
Caitlin Moe's creeping in over at short. Aderman throwing her outside, trying to get her to slap it over there. If you have I guess, typically a left-handed hitter with a really open stance. They're gonna
Hit that
and
outside edge.
they're going to invite that. They want the inside pitch, but she's also slapping over to left. And there's an easy can of corn pop up
Hey, 1, 2, 3.
for
Kenna
left
Cook.
fielder Kenna Cook. Kenna Cook hauls it in, and Aderman with an easy 3 up, 3 down, top of the second.
Coach Fletcher had them on a good little shift there for that lefty slapper.
Yeah.
So Kenna was in a little bit, and that easy pop up.
Well, let's take a look at our. You might have to swing over here. We're going to take a look at our. They start here. These are our. This is
Wildcats of the game.
yeah Wildcats of the game. So there's 2, and then she'll talk about that, and then that's the next
Who
one.
do we got up first? Abby?
Yep.
Birnbaum?
I got that one ready. Hold on. Yeah.
All right, so Abby Birnbaum is 7th grade, Meyer Middle School. She loves to play third base. What is she on? 12U Navy, I believe?
Yep.
And her number is 49. Her hero is her mom because she takes great care of her and she helps make her be her best.
Aw.
And her favorite softball player is Evelyn Hoyka, who's also a 12U player because she's really good at softball and she makes her laugh.
We'll do one more.
All right.
Well, no, we'll clear it up. We'll get the other 2 next inning.
Got it. I'll be ready.
All right, leading off for the Wildcats here in the bottom of the second. Yeah, we have plenty of time, so we've got.
Yeah.
We'll then
them
we'll be
all
able to.
in.
Yeah, we'll be able to spend a little more time
I
on
told
each of them.
Abby today at school, I stopped her in the hallway, I said, hey, you know you're the Wildcat player of the game today. She got all excited.
Ava Larson at the plate for the Wildcats here in the bottom of the second. She hits a sharp grounder to third.
For our
Who's the
number
third
1,
baseman? They don't have one down, do they?
Jordan.
For the third baseman for Menomonie?
Yep. Jordan Ullman,
Oh, okay.
right?
Looks like she's playing right field. No, never mind. All right. All right. Yeah, Jordan Oman scooped that up for Menomonie.
That 5 position, that means third base in softball.
Well,
I'm just teasing.
I know it looked like a 9 though. Sorry.
Yeah, my bad.
All right. Mo Kibble at the plate for the Wildcats. She
Drills
hammered,
that
yeah,
one.
drills it to short,
She made a great
and that
play.
one's scooped up. Where do you see a 6 right here? Oh, right there, Olivia Sample. Olivia Sample. All right. With 2 down, boy, we are motoring through this game so far. Hudson Walker,
Ooh, heads up baseball.
both pitchers throwing strikes and both lineups swinging away at it. Good defense by both teams, no errors. Hudson Walker takes a rip at another one and fouls it off over into the JV field. And the third base coach for the Wildcats was ducking and diving on that one.
Is baseball playing Menomonie too over there?
I don't
Look, I think New
so.
Richmond.
New Richmond, yeah.
New Richmond. 1-2 the count. Marlett in the circle for the Mustangs to Hudson Walker. Hudson Walker
Hey.
Hey, there we
straight
go.
up the middle. Great piece of hitting and a good at bat by the freshman Hudson Walker. Walker's batting .286 on the season. That hit might have brought her up over the coveted 300 line. First hit of the game for the Wildcats, and
Break it open here with 2 outs.
next up, her fellow freshman shortstop, Caitlin Moe. Moe takes a rip at it. Fouled back into the JV baseball field. Moe hitting .250 on the season. She has leads the team with 11 RBI. Leads the team also with 13
There
runs
we
scored
go.
and 7 walks. And Caitlin Moe absolutely tattoos one into left field. Runners at first and second for the Wildcats with 2 down.
Hudson Walker getting a little dicey over there, spicy on the base paths. I like to see it, though. I like the aggressiveness. Make that defense work. Make them make plays.
Senior Georgia Bankston takes a strike high, kind of right at the belt. Rich and Allie Larson are now in the house. Thanks for joining us, Larsons. Coach Sarah Cayley is going to look for some big things from Allie Larson from the setter position this coming year.
She'll be
In volleyball.
senior next year?
Yeah, she will be a senior. They're going to have a good squad next year.
Yeah, volleyball's strong.
They were fairly young last year, minus they had 3 seniors, but the rest of the team was all pretty young. Bankston at the plate, 1-1 the count after the foul ball. There's a lot of softballs going back into the JV baseball field today. Macy Marlett is sort of hammering that inside part of the plate. Wildcats are fighting them off. Marlett rocks and fires. Ground ball to second.
Like a little bit of a check
And
swing
force
there by
play
Georgia.
at the 2-bag. Wildcats get 2 hits in the bottom of the second, but leave 2 stranded. And we head to the top of the third. Still 0-0 here at Peg Aderman Field.
Before the game, Paul wanted me to give a shout out to all the dads in left field that did all the bunch of work over there. He told me to tell.
What kind of work did they do?
He said, "Thanks for all your work in left field,
Hey,
right,
Paul?
dads?"
Paul, are you playing the music too today? Paul's got some Motley Crue Dr. Feelgood rocking and rolling here at Peg Aderman Field.
You know, Lynn is on the DJ.
Who do you think, who is a better, Steve, who is a better sort of connoisseur of music, Paul or Lynn Aderman?
You know, I got to say Lynn. I think
Okay.
she's got more imagination. I think
Sure.
Paul's got about 10 songs that he likes, and that's about it.
He likes the Sugar Hill Gang.
He likes Sugar Hill Gang. He's got a diverse, taste of music, but there's only about 10 songs that he likes.
He likes it on a tight rotation.
Yeah, his playlist is pretty short.
Yeah.
Lynn rules the touch tunes whenever we go out.
Yep.
Well, leading off for the Menomonie Mustangs in the top of the third inning, the second baseman, Megan McMahon. No relation to Jim.
Oh, bunt.
Bunt right at the pitcher. Aderman fields, falls down,
Nice.
delivers.
Great play.
Good play.
Great play by Audra Aderman coming out of the circle to get out number 1 in the top of the third.
In a fielder position. Pitchers are athletes too,
Some say the best on the field. Some say.
some say.
And we're now back at the top of the lineup. Shortstop Olivia Sample. She walked and got to third in the top of the first, but Aderman slammed the door shut. Goose eggs across the board for both teams so far here in the top of the third. That one inside, ball 2, or ball 1, I guess. Oh, it is ball 2. Okay.
You were right.
Paul's up doing the camera now. He's all over the place today. Two and 1 the count. Where I'm standing today, that pole is literally right in front of Audra. That is a line shot, going to be just foul down the right field line. Sample got a hold of it, but it's a long strike in the book. 2 and 2 the count. Boy, I like that new camera angle you got, Steve.
Yeah? Yeah, I like it too.
A lot better way to watch the game.
Just got to remember to change it when there's a base hit. So, sorry, folks.
Well, we can do our job, too, of describing the action.
Well, you do a great
It'll
job
help.
of that, yeah, in their imagination.
Real good pitches coming in here.
Yep.
Aderman's last pitch just a hair inside, runs a count full 3 and 2. One down here in the top of the third. Olivia Sample at the plate. That one just high. Sample collects her second walk of the game. And she's on first base with 1 down. It'll bring up the number 2 hole hitter, center fielder Sierra Alf. Alf grounded out to Larson in the first.
Who didn't ground out to Larson in the
There's a steal. Mo Kibble throws one just high. And Sample collects her second stolen base of the afternoon.
Got several youth players in the stands watching today. Got a bunch of 12U girls I see, some 10Us.
Alf fights that one off the fists on the bat, and it went just foul down the right field line.
Love to see the program building.
Well, I'm not
and
sure,
growing.
Chantel, I'm not sure if Steve Pellinger's his camera setup with there is OSHA approved,
No,
but it could be.
pretty sure it's not. I'm sure.
But it could be. But we don't think it's going to be a safety hazard.
Yeah, don't tell.
Well,
It won't be a safety hazard for the people. It might be a safety hazard for the camera itself.
for the guy that takes it down, yeah, or
Yeah.
the guy that puts it up. So we should actually take a
Support.
shot of that with the other camera,
Yeah.
so the folks at home can see just
Yeah.
how we'll do anything for this broadcast. And,
That's right.
And including our risking our lives putting the cameras up.
A lot of people don't quite understand. I mean, it is fairly easy to do a camera setup for volleyball and basketball and wrestling. There's a ground ball. Aderman.
Oh, freezes her.
Oh, that was she had her.
Oh.
Just kind of she tried to pump her and get her to go back to
Double
second. And Sample over at Olivia Sample kind of juked Aderman out and slid in for. So a fielder's choice. Sample goes to third and Alf to first. One down, runners at the corners just like the first inning.
Good block by Mo.
And Alf scampers over to second after a pitch in the dirt by Aderman. Amanda Holtceder at the plate for the Mustangs. Holtceder walked in the first and was stranded on second base. Ball 2. Well, this morning started out cloudy and dreary and gloomy, and it's a lonely day to be a Cloud today, right now. That one fouled straight back off the fist, 2-1.
Yeah, I think we dodged a bullet with all the storms last night for sure.
I mean,
I didn't
Yeah.
really see much rain and
from the
a
news
little bit of wind.
from the
but-
news reports earlier in the day yesterday, it sounded like Armageddon was coming.
Yeah,
We
right.
were in
It
for
did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That one, that's a great pitch on the outside part of the plate.
She just keeps that there.
Audrey
That's
Aderman
hard to
hammering
catch.
both inside and outside. She's going inside, then going outside.
She's working the plate today really well.
Seems like she has some extra juice. There's a changeup. Fly to right. Pellinger coming in, makes the catch, and Sample will tag and score from third. Great play by Danny Pellinger in right field for out number 2. But Sample will reach home for the first run of the game, and Alf heads over to third on the tag. Next up for the Mustangs, the catcher, Reese Barfnick. Reese Barfnick, the cleanup hitter. Whoa, she hits fouls off a rocket.
Close to the camera.
Pretty close to the camera. The fence protected it. That's what fences do.
Hopefully do its job.
The fences aren't pretty to look through, but you're glad they're there when a ball's coming right at you. That pitch just a hair high. 1-1 the count. Mustangs just plated 1-0 here at Peg Aderman Field on the campus of River Falls High School. Wildcats dropped a heartbreaker on Friday to the Hudson Raider by a final of 10-9, and Menomonie dropped a 9-4 loss to Chippewa Falls on Thursday. Well, there's a lot of teams in the BRC, Chantel, that are just kind of they're right. You know, everybody's kind of right. It's there, you know, and there
Yep. That's
hasn't been a ton of blowouts in conference. They've all been fairly competitive games, I would say, within 3, 4, 5 runs pretty much every
I
game.
agree. There's a lot of weeks that teams split. So we'll get a win and a loss. So
Aderman throws one just high to Barfnick, and Barfnick walks. That's Aderman's 4th walk in the game. And with 2 out, runners at the corners, it brings up pitcher Macy Marlett.
be interesting to see what we do defensively here. If we go after her. Yep.
They did.
Yep.
Got her.
And they got her.
That's,
Yeah.
Fletcher's
Nice play.
The
Good
Wildcats
play.
gambled, rolled the dice, and won.
Nice throw.
She'll take that every day.
Kivel caught Barfnick stealing.
Oh. Coach for Menomonie wants to ask about it and get a second look, second opinion.
On the call?
I think so.
Boy, I don't know.
There's nothing much
That
you
wouldn't
could
even
argue
that would,
there.
Not a lot to argue
I think
there.
he almost has got to be arguing something different.
We could see it up here.
She might be calling obstruction.
Yeah, I was going to say there was no question at all on the
I don't know
safe
if
or out call at
Caitlin
second.
Moe gave a
Yeah, there could have.
clear path to the base. Looked like she was behind the base, maybe. So
Well, it looks like it's academic from here. Wildcats are
Yeah.
heading in the dugout. Base umpire calls her
base
out.
is solid out.
So 2, I think 4 if you're scoring at home on the stolen base attempt.
2-6. Yeah. No. Caitlin Moe.
Mo was the tagger?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe so. I guess.
All right, so the Mustangs get 1 run on no hits. There was 2 walks and 1 left after the stolen base attempt was caught dead by a catcher, Mo Kivel.
That was a great throw by Mo. On the money.
And coming up for, do you want to do one of the players, Chantel? Or
Yeah,
you
we can do that.
All right.
Who you got up?
We got Peyton McNaughey. I think I'm
McConaughey.
McConaughey. There you go.
Peyton McConaughey, we'll say. 4th grader at Rocky Branch, and she loves playing third base. Her favorite ice cream is vanilla. Her favorite seeds are the Taco Supreme, which that's my favorite too. It's the best one out there. And she wants to go to Hawaii for a vacation. Her hero is, I think it's Taylor Heisey, I believe it is, because she's a good hockey player and a good leader. Steve would probably know if that's her name, but I think it's Heisey.
Is Peyton related to Matthew? All right.
I don't know. Could be.
All right, I'm getting the scoreboard.
But we appreciate all you Wildcat players of the
Yeah.
game, and best of luck to you for your seasons. They start tomorrow. 12U does. So league games are starting. We got the big home tourney coming up here, May 16th, 17th. There will be lots of players and lots of teams out playing some good softball.
Well, leading off the bottom of the 3rd for the Wildcats, the left fielder, number 3, Kenna Cook. Kenna Cook takes strike 1, 1-1 the count. Macy Marlett still in the circle for the Menomonie Mustangs. She's throwing the ball well, Chantel.
She's living on that outside edge of that plate, but she's getting the calls.
2-1 the count. That one just outside. Kenna Cook batting .231 on the season. She scored 4 runs. That one also painting the black on the outside part of the plate. Cook swings through that, 2-2. Third baseman Jordan Oman creeping in at third. Full count. Marlett rocks and fires. That's a high and a great at bat by left fielder Kenna Cook to draw the leadoff walk.
She's been coming on strong in the batter's box lately. She's been doing great things.
Well, we talked about it in the Hudson game, Chantel, when you were in the hospital. And at least in baseball anyway, I would assume the percentages are fairly close, but when the leadoff batter walks, they score 70% of the time.
Is it 70%?
Yeah.
I like those odds for us.
We're back at the top of the order, and center fielder Alexis Ralston at the plate. Ralston hit a line shot in the first inning to dead center, but flied out to lead off the game. That
Good
one
hold.
outside. Well, the Wildcats took some good swings in that first run through the order. They mustered up 2 hits, but took some good swings. That was a good swing, and Ralston got just under that one, fouls it straight back. 1-2 the count. Kenna Cook on first. And Danny Pellinger on deck. Ralston hits one right at Pellinger. Danny just nonchalantly, she had a screaming foul ball coming right at her. She just nonchalantly took a step to her left and watched it go by. Great fastball on the outside part of the plate by Mardet. Ralston goes down swinging for out number 1. And Pellinger now at the plate. She flew out to the second baseman in the first. Hits a line shot to right field, and that's going to drop. And Pellinger moves Cook to second. Yeah, go ahead.
That's her bread and butter right there.
Yeah, she's opposite field.
Yeah, those nice little singles over the second baseman. Does the job.
That was a great piece of hitting by Pellinger. Pitch was on the outside of the plate. She just dropped the hands down on it and squared it up and knocked it into right field. There's baseballs and softballs flying everywhere over here.
Balls everywhere.
I don't know why I'm ducking.
Balls everywhere.
I didn't know why. I'm covered here.
As Paul Aderman would say.
Balls everywhere.
You never know what's coming out of that guy's mouth.
Nope.
Did he get unceremoniously just
safe?
There's a pitch in the dirt.
Good.
Yes.
Cook to second, to third, Pellinger to second. And just like that, the Wildcats have two runners in scoring position for
the best hitter on the team.
The
right?
Wildcats' leading hitter, freshman Reagan Shears, batting .314. She has 8 RBI, and she sends one to right. That one's going to be just foul. The camera can't see it. We can't see it. There's a Taj Mahal first base dugout in front of us. The dugouts look great. I'm sure they're great to sit in. But from our vantage point here,
tough to see
I think when we get our sponsors, and we'll say thanks to them at the bottom half of the inning here. There's a pop-up, I think, to second base. Shears just missed that one. She was on it, but just underneath it for the second out of the inning. But when we get that, clear out that little bit, that wall or the press box, we'll be able to move it over a little bit, and we'll be able to see that right field.
Yep.
Perfect.
Right field vantage point.
All right, it's Lars time.
Well, the Wildcats have their hottest hitter at the plate in the last 4 games, Ava Larson, hitting just .225, but she started off the season in a little bit of a slump, and boy, in the last 4 or 5 games, she has been
fire.
She's been on fire. Takes a strike there on the outside part of the plate. Larson with 5 RBI and 8 runs scored on the season. Pounds that one into the ground foul. 1-2 the count. 2 outs, bottom of the third. The Menomonie Mustangs up 1-0.
Go to battle here. Go to work. 1-2 count. There she goes. Foul.
Larson hammers that one foul to the right. Boy, I hope Coach Fletcher has a lot of extra softballs in the dugout. There has been a lot of foul balls today.
They're expensive.
That one outside. Good eye by the third
hold.
baseman. Larson's a junior, correct?
I believe so.
Yep.
She's been playing a good third base today as well. She takes that one high and away. Larson runs the count full.
Very good at bat here.
Runners will be going on the pitch. There's 2 down here. Any type of single is going to
get through. Yes,
there we go.
There we go. Hard hit
That's
ball.
a
Get
rocket
there.
and
safe.
Yeah, it goes off. That was a bullet off the bat of Ava Larson. It goes off Sample's chest, ricochets over to second base, and the throw is just late. You almost got a. And
hard
Danny Pellinger will call it. I'm gonna. I don't know. We'll give her.
We'll give her a hit on that one.
Yeah,
hard hit ball.
that's a hit.
She drilled it. She absolutely drilled it. I have a tough time giving that an error when you hit it.
Yeah, hit it that hard.
It's 102 miles per hour coming off the bat.
Exit velo 102.
So Larson ties it up with an infield single. Wow. Whoops, I had. Whoops. Mo Kibble at the plate for the Wildcats. Mardet rocks and fires. Kibble fouls that one off over in the TV baseball game. Those guys are taking grenades over there. The JV baseballers are in the trenches over there taking grenades.
In the war zone.
There seriously has been at least 10 foul balls over there today.
Well, knock on wood, we're not getting many baseballs in our field.
That's true.
Yeah.
And
It's
we
one-sided.
haven't all year, to be honest, so now we probably will. Sorry, people.
That one just outside. 1-2 the count. Well, Kenna Cook walked and scored, true to form on the 70% rule.
Yeah, there you go. You called it.
Wildcats tied it up at 1 apiece. After a strikeout by Ralston, Danny Pellinger with a big single. Scherz flied to second, and Ava Larson with an infield grounder base hit. Sample gets another crack at it, and she throws out Kivel 6-3 if you're scoring at home, but not before the Wildcats get 1 run on 2 hits. And they leave one
Big
1-1
comeback
headed to the top of the 4th. So that's no run. I incorrectly filled that in.
Got a barn burner here.
You want to do a? Let's do our advertisers.
Yep.
Say thanks to them, because they're the ones that are going to help fix this press box that's greatly needed. Thanks to Johnny's Bar, Dave and Cheryl Detman. Hey, we also have Steve. We have do you know Patty Lindquist down there?
Yeah.
She's been a bartender at Johnny's for 38.
You called it.
38 years. And
38 years.
There's going to be a story on her in the Pierce County Journal this week.
I cannot wait.
There's some good. She had some good stories, and there were some good stories about her too.
Oh, I bet she's got some stories.
Oh, they're good ones. River City Stitch on 2nd Street in River Falls, and also in Prescott. And Team Dana and Jeremy Cudd for all your real estate and property needs. Check out Property Executives Realty at teamcud.com. And Patax Family Market since 1912 in River Falls and Prescott. And Tarnation Tavern at the corner of Maple and Main in downtown River Falls for live music. And Charlie Cat Hot Chicken, it's Tarnation Tavern. And American Family Insurance, all under one roof, Jared Hines Agency. Check them out at amfam.com. That's a good-looking guy right there.
He's a beautiful man with that mustache.
Beautiful man.
Hey,
Beautiful.
hey, I was going to say this, because he can't say it because of American Family, but his tagline is "Trust your crash to the stash." And I have a T-shirt that says it, but AmFam didn't like that.
I
So
do.
No way.
I'm just like, every time, trust your crash to the stash.
I might go have Jared give me a quote
I
just
feel like
because
I need a T-shirt
just
like
because of that.
I will show it to you. I'll
Let's-
wear it next week.
We'll take a look at that mustache
That's
again.
genius.
Yep.
All right, we're in the top of the 4th inning, and Jared Hines' mustache was just as good as the Wildcat bats. In the bottom of the 3rd, Wildcats got 1 run across, tied it up, and now pitcher Macy Marlett's at the plate for the Mustangs. Trust your crash with a stash. Jared Hines. Does he have kids playing hockey?
He does. Yes, he's got.
He lives in River Falls, right?
He does.
Yeah.
Yep. And he's on the fire department of River Falls, and
Yeah, you know
he's
what?
a
The other
fixture.
Justin Wilson just got named the fire chief. We're
Heck
doing
yeah.
I
a
was so
story.
happy to hear that.
We're doing a story on him too as well.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Coming up.
What can that man not do?
No.
He can run a broadcast, I can tell you that.
Yeah, he can. Better than us. Better than me.
Better than me too.
Better than me.
Nice pitch by Aderman. Fastball right on the outside part of the plate. 3-1 the count. Marlett grounded out to Ava Larson in the 1st.
Ooh.
Fouls that one. Jesus,
Off her chest
sounded like
or
it almost.
something. Like hit off the bat and then hit off
Yeah.
her own chest or something. Shoulder.
Steve, you may know this. Chantel, you may too. When the Wildcats go over to Menomonie, there's another grounder to Larson. She
Ava!
dives, scoops it up.
What a
Marlett,
play.
too fast down the
Good try,
line. Great play by Ava Larson, but
That was
Marlett, the
beautiful.
speed of Macy Marlett, gets her on first base with an infield single. But when you guys head over to Menomonie, there's a place called something Steve Dan, and there's a restaurant/bar before you get into the town coming in on 29.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Cayley and Rob Darius always used to go there, and they said it was good luck before a game if you go
Really?
there, entertain a beverage or a burger.
Okay.
I think
It's
I know what you're talking
Dean,
about.
Dean
but-
and Sue's. Dean and Sue's.
Is it Dean and Sue's?
I think
Okay.
yeah, Dean and Sue's. We've at the record of going to Dean and Sue's before a
I
game. The
think-
Wildcat record is undefeated.
Isn't the
Okay.
Adermans frequent Dean and Sue's,
undefeated.
don't they? Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah, Dean and Sue's
Nice
is
bar.
the name of it. Yeah,
I don't
yeah, they
remember
have
eating
good
there,
food
but
too. Aderman, little changeup.
So you're saying we
Little
might
low.
have to have a safety meeting
You could.
that would be
before
a good
the
place
game.
for it.
Yeah.
Thursday. Got it. Put it on the
It's
parent
when
check.
you're coming into town on 29. It's
Okay.
off,
Yeah,
to,
I know where
off
you're
to
at.
the right.
Okay.
It's off to the right or the left as you come
Well,
into town?
if you're coming from River Falls, I think it's to the right, but I could be wrong. Don't trust me on
Then
that.
I don't know, because the one I'm thinking is on the left.
Ellie Fisher at the plate for the Mustangs as we jibber and jabber about Dean and Sue's. Marlin on first. Nobody out here in the top of the fourth for the Menomonie Mustang. Has Menomonie typically been a pretty strong softball program, or are they picking it up?
The past few years, they've been kind of up and coming. They were like middle of the pack for a while, but they've been strong contenders the last couple of years. They're scrappy. They just fight.
Boy, for about the last 8 or 9 years, their girls basketball program has been very strong.
Good. Yep.
There's a line shot right off the top of the glove of Hudson Walker. You have to give that a hit too. Bankston over to Larson, and Marlett just under the tag apparently at third base. Home plate umpire called Marlett safe at third after
close.
the single to right by Ellie Fisher. That was a bullet off the bat of Fisher. So nobody down. 2 runners at the corners, and designated player Jaden Stoof at the plate for the Mustangs. There's a good crowd filing in right now.
Absolutely.
A lot of blue and gold.
Love to see that.
There's a sharp ground ball to third. Larson scoops it up, fires to first.
Good job
Big
sticking
out.
with that, Ava.
Big out.
Just as good as a strikeout right there.
Another put out for
Fisher scampers over to second. Runners in scoring position.
Ava.
Another
Lars
put out
today.
by Ava Larson. Her
Dang, she's having a game.
1, 2, 3. Her 4th of the day so far. We're in the 4th inning. Addison Haase at the plate
Right
for
at-
the Mustangs,
Play
right
that perfectly.
at Ralston. But Marlett will tag and score on the fly ball to center. And the Mustangs will take a 2-1 lead. And now batting the 9-hole hitter, second baseman Megan McMahon. Fisher stayed on second there, did not tag. That was a good pitch right in the inside part of the plate. Home plate umpire thought it was just a hair inside. Kibble either must have framed it nicely because she tricked me up here behind home
It looked
plate.
good to me.
Another one in the baseball field.
McMahon sends one flying over to the JV baseball field. Chantel, I don't usually notice people's clothing very well unless it's just
Okay.
something absolutely extravagant.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes but that lady right there to your right, she has a little baseball, looks like
Oh,
softball
yeah.
stitching. I don't know if it's baseball. I assume it's but she has
Yeah, that's a cool T-shirt.
but the other side is a different color. So I don't know if she's got it's baseball and softball, but a well-dressed right there, and it's kind of like a
Oh yeah, red,
like a
white, and blue.
a
Yeah.
4th of July baseball shirt. Megan McMahon at the plate for the Mustangs. She lofts
Ropes
one over
one.
second base. It's going to touch some green grass in center field. Ralston fires it to second, but not before Ellie Fisher scores all the way from second base. And the Mustangs take a 3-1 lead off the bat of Megan McMahon. And the Mustangs will turn it over and get to the top of the lineup with shortstop Olivia Sample. Sample walked and was stranded on third in the first. She walked and scored in the third. She has 2 stolen bases on the afternoon. Aderman's first pitch, strike 1.
Coming in hot.
Aderman rocks and fires high, ball 1. Or excuse me, ball 2, I guess. I thought that first pitch was
Ooh,
a
I thought
strike.
it was too.
I think it was. I think the scoreboard might be. I think the scoreboard operator's napping down there. Is it Lynn Aderman?
Nicole Bankston.
Nicole Bankston. That's a great fastball by Aderman. And Sample collects her third stolen. No, excuse me. That was Megan McMahon, sorry. The Mustangs are off and running.
I thought they were going to think twice about stealing on Mo again, but she got
They've
a good
got
jump.
shot once,
She got a good jump.
and that was
a good
close.
throw.
Yeah, that was a good throw. Good,
Right on the
but
money.
tough to coach speed.
That's true.
There's a changeup.
That's what they always say about
Sample
Paul
waited on
Eaterman.
it, but she fired that one foul over the right field fence. What's that?
That's what they always say about Paul Eaterman. Speedy.
Yeah, he's a
Tough to coach speed.
speed kills with that guy. That was a good pitch, high in the zone. Popped it up, Ralston coming in, and it drops right in front of her. Almost a ball for the shortstop, but I think
Yeah.
everybody, including myself, thought that ball was going way out,
A
and
little bit deeper than that.
like a normal center fielder range, and that thing stayed just and landed just on the grass. And Sample collects a seeing eye single.
Yeah, you'd like to see Caitlin Moe take charge there at the shortstop position and drop step and go get that one.
Well, I mean, honestly, if she looked at it like I did, I thought that was going pretty much right where Ralston was playing her at center, and then it just kind of hung up in the air, and it dropped for sure. So Menomonie with 3 runs here in the top of the 4th, and Caitlin Moe hauls that one in, fires over to first for the 3rd out of the inning. That was Sierra Alf. 6-3 if you're scoring at home. So the Mustangs collected 4 hits and scored 3 runs. They had 1 left. They take a 4-1 lead as we head into the bottom of the 4th inning. You want to do our last? We'll do our last.
Player of the game,
Yeah.
Layla.
Go ahead. We got them up.
So Layla plays second or center field. Those are her favorite positions, and she's in 7th grade, homeschooled. Her favorite subject is geography, and she.
What grade is she in now? Is
7th
this-
grade.
Okay. This
Yep,
12U.
Another 12U.
12U, okay.
Yep. And she would love to travel to Europe.
Right there.
Good luck, Layla.
All right.
Won't we all?
Yes.
Paris in the spring.
Well, one of the you know how to do that. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to talk with let's see, hold on, Natalie Patak. So it actually is a daughter of Pat Patak.
yeah.
So she's a big-time volleyball player. She's a senior and graduating, and she's going to go play at
Is it Missouri?
University of Missouri, Kansas City.
Yeah.
But she just got back from a 10-day. Like, did this happen when you guys were in high school? She was with her club team. They had a 10-day tournament in Europe.
No way. She graduated early though, so
Yeah.
she already graduated. She's not
Right.
going to
But I'm saying
anymore,
her
but
yeah.
Yeah. Wow. No.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
We were lucky if we went to the next county in youth ball.
Oh my gosh.
Pat was telling me that on this last Saturday they went down to Kansas where their oldest daughter plays Jayhawks, and they played.
Yeah, she got freshman of the year in the Big 12.
I think they played Nebraska, and she was playing in front of like 16,000 people for
Oh,
the spring game on Saturday.
Nebraska volleyball
Yes.
is ridiculous. I mean, they fill up stadiums.
Oh yeah, that's what they did last Saturday. So that's where Pat
Hudson,
was headed.
Nebraska volleyball, Badger volleyball. That's about 2 of the better teams in the country. Leading off the bottom of the 4th for the Wildcats, freshman Hudson Walker. Hudson Walker singled and got to second in the 1st inning. There's some baseballs. They're getting us back over here. JV baseball.
Grenades.
Walker lines one to second again, but snared by
What a
Menomonie
catch.
second baseman Megan McMahon. Megan McMahon's had a busy inning.
Yeah.
Singled and scored in the top half and makes a nice play at second here in the bottom half. So with 1 down, freshman shortstop Caitlin Moe comes to the plate. That one just off. Oh, they're going to call it a strike. That was kind of right on the black. Could have gone either way.
She said I didn't like that one. Ooh,
That one
same
looked
spot.
a little outside. The hair
Yeah.
more
He's
outside. but-
consistent though.
Yep.
I mean, he's
On that outside
consistent.
edge,
It's
yeah.
pretty outside. But
Well, as a batter too, you
Have
you
a
want to hit
dust.
your pitch, but when there's 2 strikes, you gotta hit the pitcher's pitch if you have
Yep.
to. But
You got to make that adjustment. Take that to right field. Go with the pitch.
But if a pitcher gets one, 3-4 inches off the plate and gets it called for, so she went
Yep.
there again. That one had a little. She took a little off that one too, and Mo swung through it for out number 2. That was one of the better at bats for pitching that I've seen this game so far.
Yeah.
It was peppered about just a width of a softball off the part of the plate. Ump gave her 2
She,
strikes, and
She controlled that at bat for sure.
that was a good at bat in the circle for Macy Marlett. 3 pinpoint strikes, and the last one had some change of speeds, and it looked like it was curving a little bit too. First pitch to Georgia Bankston is high, ball 1. Wildcats looking for a little 2-out rally. Bankston
Get
pops
down,
one
get
over the
down.
second baseman and hits it too well. And it's hauled in by center fielder Sierra Alf for out number 3.
a big inning
yeah,
here.
Wildcats go quietly in the bottom of the 4th. Go ahead, Chantel.
It's a big inning here. We just got to show up defensively and
Yeah.
shut them down and get back in the batter's box.
Let's take a look at that crash with the stash. Or what was the tagline again?
Trust your crash to the stash.
Trust your crash to the stash. There he is. Trust your crash with the stash.
That's
Jared
right.
Hines, agency at amfam.com. Good gracious, that push broom is glorious.
I told him if he did that on a billboard, he could either do the crash with the stash, or he could be like, not a porn star. I'm your insurance agent.
Right. Well, I wouldn't call him that. I mean, he looks like he just.
Oh,
looks,
you
he's-
got to see him in person.
Oh, I have seen him in person. I went down there and thanked him personally. For
You
the
did? Okay.
Yeah, I was in Ellsworth and I had about 20 minutes to kill before another meeting, and I stopped in and said thanks in person for his softball sponsorship. Who else we got coming up for? We'll get maybe another one in before. All right, we'll say thanks to Fred Barr down at Tarnation Tavern for live music and Charlie Cat Hot Chicken. It's Tarnation Tavern. Well, leading off the top of the 5th for the Menomonie Mustangs, first baseman Amanda Holtceder. She walked and got to second in the first and flied out to right on a nice catch by Wildcat Danny Pellinger. That was in the 3rd. Aderman's thrown well. They didn't have too many hard-hit balls in the 4th, but they all seemed to just find some grass. As the Mustangs racked up 3 runs in the top of the 4th to take a 4-1 lead. And minus the 3rd inning for the Wildcats, Macy Marlett's been cruising in the circle for Menomonie. Holtceder at the plate. She was 1 for 3 against Chippewa Falls in their 9-4 loss on Thursday. Inside pitch, and Holtceder hammers it through the hole.
Times that 5-6 gap.
Holtceder at first base with a leadoff single. And that'll bring up the catcher, Reese Barfnick. Nice inside
Good pitch.
fastball, yeah, by Aderman. Up early, 0-1 the count to Barfnick. So what are the Wildcats schedule? They go to Menomonie Thursday. Do they play any weekend games this weekend?
Yeah, it's a big strikeout cancer event
Oh, yeah.
on Saturday.
That's right. That's right, yeah.
First National Bank.
Yeah, we'll be there. We'll be broadcasting from that game.
Who do they play? Spring.
I can look it up.
Shell Lake.
Shell Lake, yeah.
Shell
there we
Lake.
go. I think that's a 11 o'clock start,
Yep.
doubleheader.
Yep.
Lots of activities going on, so I'll come down to the ballpark. First National Bank on Saturday.
Yeah, we have. So, yeah, Wildcat softball starts at what time, you said?
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock, and then they have, I think, the boys baseball team is after that. And then we have the fish and groupers.
Yeah, it's a whole big
after
day.
that.
Is
isn't
that
it?
that day?
Yep.
Yeah, and I think they have some youth games. I think there's a youth game before the softball
I
game.
think you might be right.
Yeah, maybe
I want to say,
baseball?
or
for
a youth softball game.
I think
What-
youth softball gave
I
up
can-
that spot for some reason. That's why the
Hit up
high
the middle
school
of
is
Aderman.
playing,
Got the lead out at second. Good job.
doubleheader.
Here, I'll tell you. exactly who's playing. I have on my ballpark schedule right here. Whoops, hold on.
Either way, it's going to be an awesome day. Lots
Yeah,
of fun
it is
activities
it is
going
youth
on.
baseball.
Yeah.
Yep. So what was that there? That was a fielder's choice?
Yep.
Yep.
Ground ball to Aderman. Got the lead runner out at 2. Good smart play.
So with one down, it brings up the pitcher,
Wild
Macy
pitch.
Marlett. And the wild pitch will allow Barfnick to go to second. So Barfnick on second, 1 down. 1-0 the count to Macy Marlett. And Audra Aderman in the circle for the Wildcats. She checks her sign. Roxanne delivers. High fastball. Marlett takes a rip at it, fouls it back. 1-1 the count. 1 down here in the top of the 5th inning. Wildcats down 4-1. Early in the season, the Wildcats were kind of the cardiac kids. They were having some comeback wins, and then lately they have had they had a 1-run loss to Hudson. They've been in a ton of games.
Yep, they're right there hanging on.
That one lofted to left, pretty deep, foul, and just over the head of Kenna Cook out in left.
Almost got there.
Yep.
Marlett gave it a ride, but foul. That one there was the opposite of in the last inning, but she looked like it was a lazy pop-it, but it just kept carrying.
That one kept going, yeah.
Marlett grounded to third in the first inning, and she singled and scored in the 4th. Hits a ground ball to Georgia Bankston at second. Bankston retires Marlett for the second out of the inning. And Barfnick heads over to third. And next up is the right fielder, Ellie Fisher. Fisher grounded out to first base in the second inning and singled and scored in the 4th. She's 1 for 2. High inside fastball fouled off at the fist by Fisher. Aderman fires one little inside, evens up the count at 1 apiece.
The senior banners, great addition out there in center
Yeah.
field. Those are really nice.
They pair nicely with the Wildcat
Yeah, it looks great.
windscreen. Nice play by Caitlin Moe at short. She fires it to first for the 3rd out of the inning.
You get out of that inning. Time to do some work.
Yeah.
Let's go, batters.
Yeah, minus the Wildcats had a sloppy top of the 4th, and like we were talking about, there was 4 singles, but they weren't extremely well hit
Yeah.
balls. They just kind of found
That's what I was
they just
saying.
found some grass and kind of some C&I singles, and
Yep. Menomonie's scrappy like that, and they're going to kind
and
of
they
chip
sold,
some together.
They've
and-
got 1. Let's see here, 2, 3. I think they have 4 stolen bases, so they've got some speed on the base
They
pass, so
do.
they're going to make those singles count. They turn them into doubles. 4-1 your score here, and we head to the bottom of the 5th.
We seem to still be struggling trying to hit these outside pitches, but I think that's what Coach
Oh,
Fletcher's
yeah.
over there talking to him about, making that adjustment in the batter's box.
So on your screen right there, take a look at Steve Pellinger and Tim Kibble prop that. So it's OSHA approved. We have got word. We have got word.
I did not hear that,
That it was
OSHA approved that. but,
OSHA approved.
They certainly would have approved me putting that camera up there.
And you guys
but,
built. Who built those? So those.
I built the platforms,
You built the
but
platforms.
not designed for a stack-on-stack platform.
So we're using a double platform.
double platform to get us over that large fence.
So not
A
only
new
is-
large fence here at Wildcat Field.
Not only is Steve Pellinger an award-winning director on the laptop here, he's also a woodworker, carpenter, and photographer. Leading off for the second time this game, Cook led off the bottom of the 3rd. She walked and scored. And she's now leading off the bottom of the fifth. She takes the ball ahead in the count 1-0.
Take another leadoff walk here with that. What'd you say, 70%?
70% chance of
Chance
scoring,
of
on a leadoff walk.
Hey, we'll take that.
There's another baseball. Now the softball fans are taking grenades over here in the trenches.
Shouldn't have said anything.
It happens every time,
It
doesn't it?
does.
I tell you, he's really consistently calling that outside strike.
Yeah.
I think the batters need to adjust here.
Well, Marta's doing a good job of continuing to throw it there.
Yeah, well, she's
That's
getting
what
it. Why not?
that's
She's getting it.
That's what good pitchers do.
Maybe the next phase of this field will put some netting here from
I don't even know how you do. I mean,
pole to here and
for over
for
top.
foul balls.
Yeah.
I mean, over the fans.
Cook fouls that one off, evens the count up at 2 apiece.
Oh,
She
there.
takes a rip at it. She fouls it straight back. It's going to be right over the press box. Count stays at 2-2.
Good cuts.
She's right on it.
Yep.
Barrel this one up, level it out.
Alexis Ralston on deck. Cook takes a rip at that one. Yep, camps under it, corrals it for out number 1. With one down, it brings up senior center fielder Alexis Ralston. Alexis Ralston was in the group that went to prom with Ava. I got to see them take their pictures.
Yeah.
They went down to the. Have you guys ever been to the Confluence Hotel down in Hastings?
No.
It's like
No.
right on the river. It's a sweet little outdoor
Yeah.
sitting area, bar area, and the
Off
restaurant-
of downtown there.
Yep,
I think I know where
it's
you
right
mean.
by the bridge.
Yeah.
It's a really nice setting. Alexis Ralston went to the prom with Riley Usgard.
Longtime boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told Fletcher right away Monday morning, your squad cleans up good.
Yeah.
The girls looking gorgeous with all
Yeah.
their dresses and high heels, the hair done.
Alexis had a gorgeous red dress on.
You know, speaking of prom, did you get that picture of the queen I sent you? Of Coach Fletcher and her actually as the queen with the crown on?
We had it on the broadcast last
No,
game.
that wasn't the one with the queen.
Oh, well then I've got it in there. We can pull it up.
That is a gem.
I thought that you know what, we did have one. You did send me your,
I did send you
Yeah.
the one, the updated one with her crown on
Just right
to
before
prove
the
that
game.
she was the.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just texted you it.
Oh, today?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we can
It's in our group text. Yeah.
we can pop it up there. Ralston runs the count full, 3-2, 1 down. Bottom of 5 Wildcats and Coach Leah Fletcher looking to get some base runners on. Ralston lays
Tags that
into one,
Oh.
and it's running just
Straighten that
foul
out.
Just.
Oh, she got a hold of that.
off the fence. Ralston put a whooping on that softball. Yeah, Alexis Ralston
She got a hold of
got
that one.
got an inside fastball, and she turned on it. Marta delivers high and
Very
away.
good.
Good at bat by Alexis Ralston. Yeah, Alexis Ralston going to UW at Stevens Point to play hockey next year, and her longtime boyfriend Riley Usgard going to play football at UW at Eau Claire.
Is it Eau Claire?
Yeah,
And his brother's going to River Falls, right?
to play
Cal?
football.
Yeah.
Yep, twin brother,
Twin
Cal
brother, yeah.
Usgard.
A-
Oh, that's
Takes
gonna.
one off the
Pellinger was
shin.
squaring around to bunt. She gets hit in the shin. It doesn't affect her at all. She's tough
Where's
as
the
nails.
shin?
Now it seems like it's affecting her. I think.
Don't rub it.
So a walk and a hit by pitch to Ralston and Pellinger.
Let's go.
Brings up Schurz.
Yeah. 2 on, 1 out.
She can be lethal.
Freshman designated player Reagan Schurz leads the team in hitting at .314.
I'd
And
like to
Ava
see
Larson's
her
on deck.
barrel one up to left center field here.
Marta just missed that one outside. Home plate umpire's been calling those all day. That one was a hair. That was
outside.
another 6 inches from what he has been calling them. That one was, man, that's like you said, that is outside, but he is calling it.
He's
gotta
calling.
make that adjustment. Gotta go with it.
Marlett rocks and delivers changeup.
Yep.
That was a great pitch at a great time right there.
Good off speed.
1-2 the count, 1 down, 2 Wildcats on, first and second. Schurz at the plate, Ava Larson on deck. Schurz hits a
Nice hit.
line
Get
shot
down,
to
get
center.
down.
That's going to drop. And I think, well, I don't know if Coach Fletcher saw that. The center fielder had a little
Bobbled it.
had a problem, bobbled it, but she had already put the brakes on for Ralston.
There's only one out.
Yep.
That's smart.
Yep.
Never want to really get the first or the second out at
Yeah.
home plate.
No.
With Ava Larson up, she's hitting the ball really well right now.
Coach Fletcher playing in percentages, and our color commentator, Chantel Dulas, agrees for sure. Bases loaded after the single by Schurz, and it brings up the Wildcats' hottest hitter to date, of late, Ava Larson. Larson singled in the third and grounded out to third in the second inning. She takes it.
Good cut.
Right on
That
it.
pitch was right down the middle, and Larson was all over it, just missed it. Bases are jammed with Wildcats, scratching and clawing their way back
What does Westy say? All over it like a pack of dogs on a
on a three-legged cat.
hot dog.
Ava Larson was all over that pitch like a pack of dogs on a three-legged cat. Westy's been he got relegated to being allowed to say that one time per game.
Oh, really?
So he says it one time per game.
He only gets one shot
That's
at it.
well, he was a self-imposed rule.
That's funny.
2-2 the count.
Cats are in a good position right now. Good eye, Ava.
That one a little low. 3-2, 1 down. Ralston on third, Pellinger on second, and Reagan Schurz at first. Mo Kivel on deck.
Nice.
Larson
Yes.
absolutely hammers that one to center. And that'll bring in Ralston from third. And here come the Wildcats, Chantel.
Let's go.
That was the hardest hit ball of the game right there. That was a laser to center by junior Ava Larson.
Absolutely. Yep, she got to hold that one.
If that thing would have had another 10 feet of height on it, that thing was out.
Yep.
And now here's Mo Kivel. She fires one back, and it hits the A for Peg Aderman. The sign.
Mo money, Mo problems up to bat.
Mo Kivel.
Giving the Mustangs to Mo
There it is.
And the
problems.
junior
That's
hits a
Ooh,
bullet.
shoot.
Darn it.
Pellinger probably should have been tagging
Well,
there.
It was a tough
Yeah.
one.
That's a tough
Yeah.
call. Fletcher
Yep.
says, that's on me. That's on me.
Mo Kivel hits a rocket to left for out number 2.
Man, we're barreling up this pitcher right now.
Still bases loaded. And Hudson Walker, but that ball was hit so hard. I don't even know.
She didn't have time
I don't even know if you want to tag there though.
That's dropping.
dropping.
And
That's
it's
down.
off the fist. Hudson Walker with her
Scores 2.
second
Nope.
hit of the day.
Holds her up at
No, that was
3.
smart.
Yeah. Smart play.
Hudson Walker
It's her
gets the
second hit of the
Wildcats
game?
within one. Hudson Walker singled in the second.
I'm thinking baller of the game might be on my
And
whiteboard.
RBI single in the 5th. Bases are still full of Wildcats.
Hudson had the first hit of the game, didn't she? She kind of cracked
She
this
did.
open for us.
Caitlin Moe swings and misses, did not tip it.
Let's get that run.
Reagan Schurz staying put there at third base. Caitlin Moe singled in the second and struck out in the 4th. She's hitting .250 on the season, leads the team with 11 RBI and 13 runs scored. Takes another good swing at a low outside fastball. And that runs the count to 0-2.
Got to be smart on this 0-2 count. She loves to go outside here. I don't need to chase that one.
In succession, Wildcats squaring the ball up. Hudson Walker, Mo Kivel, Ava Larson, and Reagan Schurz all.
Tough one.
Tough one.
Oh,
Safe.
Yes.
That away. Good
The
wheels.
speed of Mo Kivel legs out an infield,
Caitlin.
or excuse me,
Caitlin Moe.
Caitlin Moe legs out an infield single, and that ties the ball game up as
4-4.
Reagan Schur scores from third. Infield single by Caitlin Moe. There's a ground ball to short, and that was Georgia Bankston, and that fielder's choice will end the inning, but not before the Wildcats get 3 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 singles. They leave 3, however, and tie this ball game up at 4 apiece in the bottom of the 5th. Great inning for Coach Fletcher and the Wildcats.
Keep this momentum going.
Yeah.
Tough D here. Shut them down.
Wildcats almost batted around in that inning. And for the 3rd time in a row, Kenna Cook will lead off an inning coming up when the Wildcats hit the top of the 2nd. Wildcats sent 9 to the plate. There was a walk, a hit batter, 4 singles, and then there was a fly ball to left field for an out that was absolutely scorched by Mo Kibble.
That was
Wildcats brought out the whooping sticks in the bottom of the 5th, tied up at 4 apiece. We'll take this opportunity to say thanks to our sponsors for Wildcat Softball on the broadcast. Johnny's Bar in downtown River Falls since 1946, thanks to Dave and Cheryl Dentman. River City Stitch. Check out, what's Callie's last name? I can look it up. But
what is it?
River City Stitch, they're all your apparel needs, and there's a team Dana and Jeremy Cudd with Property Executives Realty.
They're a good-looking couple,
teamcud.com.
aren't they?
Fabulous, outstanding. Patak's Family Market since 1912 in Prescott and River Falls. Well, leading up, there's Tarnation Tavern.
Tarnation Tavern.
And let's not forget about Patak's either, And leading off the top of the 6th for the Menomonie Mustangs, the designated player, Jaden Stoof.
Looks like Menomonie might be warming up another pitcher over there since River Falls has been hot bats.
Number 4, that's who they have warming up over there. Jordan Oman. Aderman gets a strike. Aderman's been Aderman's been pitching. She got out of a little bit of a jam in the 1st, but pitching pretty well, all except for that 4th inning was a little messy. Nice play by Caitlin Moe at short. Well, one thing I can say without question, the Wildcats' defense has been, in not just this game, but in a lot, they've been playing really well.
Progressively
with
better for sure.
Every game.
Yep.
Yeah, knocking on wood.
Yep. Nope, Tim's knocking on wood.
He did too.
I will too.
Why did he knock on Paul's head?
I don't know.
Does that count?
Well, he is woody.
Yeah, that's true. So after Stoof grounds out to short for out number 1, it brings up the left fielder, Addison Hassey. Hassey again with that sweet open left-handed stance. She flied out to center her last time at bat in the 4th and flied out to left in the 2nd. For your score here in the top of the 2nd. Addison looked like she was trying to kind of take a run to first and kind of slap it down and beat out an infield hit. A lot of speed on the Menomonie. Well, and there also is in the...
That's my suggestions.
Sure.
Yeah.
Kind of a done deal. I mean,
we can talk about
yeah.
it a bit.
3-1 the count. Aderman rocks and fires, and Hassey pulls one to right.
That was a little unexpected. Yeah.
Good quick play by Pellinger. Tried to get the 9-3 put out. But Hassey with a single to right.
Thank you.
And that'll bring up the second baseman, Megan McMahon. That pitch a little low in the dirt.
Got away from Mo.
And Hassey will head on down to second base. 1 down, runner on second. Megan McMahon at the plate. McMahon singled, stole second, and scored in the 4th inning. That was part of that 3-run Menomonie 4th. And she grounded out to the pitcher in the 3rd. That was a nice play, I remember, by Aderman. She got out of that circle quick as a cat, as a Wildcat.
Yeah, she did.
Aderman gets the inside strike. 2-1 the count. That fastball a little high. 3-1. That one inside, and Meg McMahon takes a walk. First base was open.
Not a bad idea.
Runners at
Forces.
first and second. McMahon, though, the number 9 hitter in the lineup. First and second, one down, and it brings we're back to the top of the lineup, and shortstop Olivia Sample. Sample has been all over the base pass today. She walked in the first, walked and scored in the 3rd, and singled in the 4th. She's 1 for 1 on the day with 2 stolen bases. Retiring Sample would be a big out for the Wildcats.
She's a tough out.
They have not done it so far today.
It's a good leadoff spot.
Little changeup, fisted. Pellinger coming in, diving.
Oh, I couldn't see
I
it.
think she dove.
No, yeah, she dove.
I
It was
think she tried, but
yeah, base hit by Sample off the fist in right field. But the runners had to wait to see if
She must have caught it, though. Because,
oh, she did.
yeah.
Okay.
Did she?
Yeah, there's runners on first. and
Geez,
third.
there wasn't that she was. I know I could see her diving, and the Wildcats
There's
weren't.
2 outs now.
They weren't cheering very
Yeah.
loud for a diving catch.
she ran or dived? She didn't dive.
Yeah, Pellinger
Well,
came
hey.
up with a diving catch,
Well,
and her Wildcat,
down.
her
Let's
Wildcat
go.
faithful, they didn't cheer too loud.
Get her.
Thank you.
And
umpire.
runners tag.
Thank you,
So
Dylan, for that.
runners in scoring position, 2nd and 3rd with 2 down. And Sierra Alf at the plate for Menomonie.
Pitch this girl inside.
Your color commentator, Chantel Dulas, wanting Aderman to go inside.
She went.
did.
Went.
Yeah. See? Told you.
Dulas calling some sweet pitches for the junior Audra Aderman.
Sure as an eye, we got that connection.
Yeah,
going
got it going on.
Yeah.
Aderman checks her sign and delivers low off the plate.
Thank you, umpire.
And Mo Kivel keeps that one in front of her and keeps Hasi at third base.
She gave him a little thanks for that. Hit off the umpire's leg.
Yeah.
Kept it in front. We'll take it.
Well, the home plate umpire might have owed
Yeah, yeah.
Kivel a few. He's been given that. He's been very generous on the outside part of the plate.
Sure has.
That was an inside fastball. Nice piece of hitting by Sierra Alf.
Yep. Get her at home.
One run's going to score, and
That was so close. Nice throw from Ross.
Megan
Ralston.
McMahon sliding in just in front of the tag. And the Mustangs take a 6-4 lead with a big 2-out single off the bat of center fielder Sierra Alf.
Good throw, good tag. Just
Yeah.
She just got
And it was
right
a-
under it.
You know what? It was a good pitch by Aderman too. It was
Yep.
an inside fastball, kind of right where you wanted it,
She
and it was
kinda
just a nice,
muscled that out.
nice piece of hitting by the Mustang Sierra Alf, and she drove it right into center, and drove in big 2-out, 2-run single by Sierra Alf. Mustangs up 6-4 now. They scored 1 in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th, and now 2 in the 6th. 2 down, and they're not done yet as the number 3 hole hitter, Amanda Holtzeeder, at the plate for Menomonie. Mustang's top hitter.
Tried a little off-speed pitch there.
Holtzeeder's got a powerful warm-up swing. You might want to be careful with this girl.
Yeah. She looks like she can hit the ball.
She took a rip at it, but popped it
Call it.
way up in the air. Georgia Bankston camps under that one for about 5 seconds. And that retires the Mustangs in the top of the 6th, but not before they score 2 runs on 3 singles. There's 2 left, and we head to the bottom of the 6th. Wildcats coming to the plate for the 3rd time leading off an inning. It's Kenna Cook.
I think maybe they had Brenna Clifton warming up too, just in case.
Did you see that? I didn't see.
Yep.
Coming up for the Wildcats here in the bottom of the 6th, Cook, Ralston, and Pellinger.
Looks like Menomonie's sticking with, what is it, Marlett? That's their pitcher? Number 12.
In the bottom of the 5th, Ralston, Pellinger, and Reagan Schurz all scored to tie it up. Wildcats sent 9 to the plate in the bottom of the 5th, and the same people, it's rinse and repeat in the bottom of the 6th. Kenna Cook will lead it off. So is this
It's the same pitcher.
yeah.
Just finishing up the advertisers here. Jared
Yeah.
Hines Agency in Ellsworth, Wisconsin, serving the Ellsworth, River Falls, Prescott area.
Trust your crash.
Trust
with the
your
stash.
crash to the stash.
It looks
Yeah.
glorious.
Never gets old.
It looks glorious.
And Big Fish.
Big Fish performance. Train like a big fish. Leading off for the Wildcats here in the bottom of the 6th inning. They're down 2, 6-4 is your score. Left fielder Kenna Cook at the plate for River Falls. That first pitch is outside, but whoa, it's a strike, I guess.
Paul Ederman didn't like that one.
0-1 the count. There's no way that's a strike, but it is. Those two actually have been pretty bad. 0-2 the count to Kenna Cook.
You got to do, you got to swing at that,
Hey.
right? There's nothing much you can do about that.
Marlett, if you're going to call him there, if you're going to call him a foot outside,
Stand on the plate, I guess.
Marlett's throwing him right there. Kenna Cook goes down on strikes, and it brings up the center fielder, Alexis Ralston. She hits a slow roller to third. Just got her. Great play at third base
Missed it
by
a-
Jordan Oman.
Just a step.
Jordan Oman with a nice play. I was looking down at the scorebook. Did she bunt that or swing
No,
away?
that was a swing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So a swing and bunt by off the
Swing
bat
and
of
bunt, yep.
off the bat of Alexis Ralston. Great play by Oman at third for the second out of the inning. Danny Pellinger hits a rocket over third, but it's going to be foul. Pellinger was hit by a pitch and scored in the 5th, singled in the 3rd, and flew out to second in the first inning. She's 1 for 2 with 1 run scored. Pellinger hits another bullet, and that's going to
Right in
drop.
the gap.
Pellinger 2 for 3 on the day. She's going to move that average up around the 300 mark. Pellinger at first, and Reagan Schurz at the plate for the Wildcats. Schurz singled and scored in the 5th, flied out to second in the 3rd, and struck out looking in the 1st.
Cats need a little party on 2 here.
Schurz leading the Wildcats in hitting. Takes that one outside. Every Wildcat is just right on top of the plate with
Have to be.
the umpire calling strikes about a foot outside today.
Have to be. Unless you got a longer bat.
Well, one reason is because he's way over to the he's camped out on the left side instead of right behind the catcher.
Yeah.
Seems
So
that way.
that'll make the outside. 2-2 the count. 2 down. Schurz at the plate. That one
What are you
rolls
doing?
about
Doing?
41 feet. Three and 2 the
Sorry,
count.
I said that out loud.
High and outside,
Great
and
at bat.
Schurz
Good at
draws
bat.
a walk.
Great at bat. 2 outs, 2 on.
Let's go, Ava.
Ava Larson at the plate. She had a
Lark's time.
2 out, 1 out. 2-run single in the 5th. She singled in the 3rd and grounded out to the 3rd baseman in the 2nd. Takes that one low, ball 1. Ava Larson has been white hot at the plate of late. Takes that one out. Yep, that's a strike 2.
Jeez. Makes your job as a hitter that much tougher when you got to battle that, too.
That one low and away in the dirt. 2-1. Pellinger on second. Schurz on first. Larson at the plate. She rips one foul over in the baseball field. They're sending neon grenades over there.
I like that.
Yeah,
Boom on the baseball field. Martin rocks and fires. Larson right back, hits the A and Aderman. Peg Aderman Field. Mo Kivel on deck for the Wildcats. Marta takes her sign. That's high and away. Ball 3. Larson runs the count full. Wildcats will be running on the pitch. Schurz gives them the permission to do so. Coach Schurz, that is.
Even hit that 3-2 pitch last time. Just
Ava
like
Larson absolutely stings one to left.
It.
That had some top spin, some curve spin. Larson knocked the cover off of that ball, but
I don't want to change anything
That was a
about
nice
that
hit.
swing. That's a
Addison
beauty.
Haase
Nope.
was at the right place, right time for out number 3 for the Mustang. Ava Larson is crushing the ball at the plate. I bet that ball is looking as big as a beach ball coming in.
Her little sister's smiling in the stands, too. Proud of her big sis.
Wildcats leave 2. There was 1 hit, 1 walk. No score. We head to the top of the 7th. Mustangs in the lead 6-4 as Paul Aderman's favorite song by the Sugar Hill Gang is rocking the airwaves here at Peg Aderman Field.
He's got the moves going over here. If you could see him now.
Maybe he'll come and rap.
There you go. Yeah.
Paul, you want to
So
rap?
now pitching for, there's been a pitching change. Now pitching for the Menomonie Mustangs, number 1, Addison Haase.
This
Huh?
is an Audra still.
Oh,
This is
God, I
Audra.
don't know what
We're
I'm
on
looking
defense.
at. Good gracious. You know what happens when you hear the Sugar Hill Gang? You just lose all sense of reality.
Forget where you are.
You see, and really, it wasn't just the Sugar Hill Gang. It was watching Paul Aderman
Yeah,
dance
shake
over there. He's dancing. Tim Kibble looks like he's calling his bookie over there. Yeah, forget everything after hello and before the top of the 7th here. It's not Addison Haase on the mound. It's
Actually,
actually a
Audra
Wildcat,
Aderman.
Audra Aderman.
I'd take another at bat, though. That would be pretty cool.
Sure. I was already getting ready for the Wildcats coming back in the bottom of the 7th. Aderman has an inside fastball. Reese Barfnick didn't really like that one. Barfnick catching for the Mustangs this afternoon. She's hitting in the cleanup spot. She struck out on the 1st, walked in the 3rd, and hit into a fielder's choice in the 5th. Hits one over to right field, and Pellinger is camping underneath that one for out number 1.
big out.
F9 if you're scoring at home, Chantel.
I got that one.
Pitcher Macy Marlett at the plate now for the Mustangs. Marlett grounded to 3rd in the 1st, singled in the 4th and scored, and grounded to 2nd in the 5th. She's 1 for 3.
What's that JV score?
Hey, Steve, you got a JV report?
I do.
Score for us?
Shout out to the JV, 14-6. We got the win.
All right, congratulations to the JVers as
Heads up.
Macy Marlett softly flies out to the pitcher, Audra Aderman, for a quick out number 2.
What is that JV's team record now? Is that?
JV team is.
Gosh, I think they only have 1 or 2 losses.
They're having a great season.
Great season.
Yeah.
And the Wildcats have, as Ellie Fisher steps into the box, Wildcats also have 1, 2, 3. They have 3 freshmen in the starting lineup on the varsity squad.
Heads up.
Some good,
Oh, that hit.
some good things on the horizon for.
Got her right in the back of the head. Hope she's
Oh, the
okay.
girl got her. It was a girl.
No,
or
the
a-
lady. Right there.
Oh, man.
Yep. Ugh. Hope she's okay.
Not what you want to see.
You know what? You almost have to have a couple of students out here with a glove, just sort of hang it, just sort of being like little
Yep.
safety gloves for plays just like that. Because those fans have got their heads turned the
Yep.
other way watching the
Yeah, they
baseball
can't see
game.
that,
And, yeah.
You know.
Just have somebody stand right by the stands there and protect some heads. Aderman's pitch is a little low. No, he called that one a strike. 0-2 the count.
All right.
You taketh and giveth away. Even Steven here behind the plate.
Nice.
There we go.
That's a huge
Aderman
out.
throws
Yeah.
a.
Excited.
We're gonna put this one right up here. This one right here. That fastball was smoking, and the Streeters heater meter was cranked up around. What do you think that was, Chantel? About 50,
Ooh,
60?
I'd say 56, 57 maybe.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Coming in hot.
that 57 mile per hour fastball strikeout by Audrey Aderman is sponsored by the Streeter heater meter. Thanks to Streeters in downtown River Falls. And the only reason they actually didn't sponsor,
Might
but
be in the
Fred Barr.
dugout.
Yeah. No.
Fred Barr, that's Fred Barr. So we gave Kevin made that little graphic up, and I'm like, I kind of liked it. So Aderman gets Fisher on strikes for out number 3. The Mustangs go quietly in the top half of the 7th. And as Lynn Aderman's playing the Stray Cats and doing some rockabilly downstairs, the Wildcats are going to be trying to rock and roll their way in the bottom half of the 7th, down 2, with Mo Kivel, Hudson Walker, and Caitlin Moe coming to the plate.
Some good hitters.
I like where we're at in the lineup.
Hudson Walker with 2 singles on the day, Moe with 2 singles on the day, and Mo Kivel hit an absolute flush rocket to left field her last time out in the 5th inning.
It's go time. We need that Kitty City
Yeah,
energy.
Macy Marlett's still in the circle for the Mustangs. She's trying to go the distance
Yes.
for Coach Brittany Aguado. Was Brittany coaching for the Mustangs when you were
Yes,
at the
I
helm?
believe so.
0-1 the count to
Actually, maybe it was a different lady. I think.
Mo Kivel.
Her name
Mo
was
Kivel hits a line shot to grounder to third. Fielded nicely by Jordan Oman for the putout. And just like that, Marlett 5-3 for the first out of the inning. Hudson Walker's 2 for 3 with a single in the 2nd and the 5th. She takes a rip at a Marlett fastball. 0-1 the count. Fastball a little low. 1-1 the count. Hudson Walker came into the game batting .286. Her two hits today will push that average over 300. The freshman having a great season. Helping out in the circle, playing a good first base, and quality at bats. That one just fouled, just missed the first base bag.
Shoot.
Count goes to 2-2. Yeah, Hudson Walker's been taking some good swings of late.
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you think, does it really need 2 guys to run one camera over there? Yeah. I think Paul Aderman is today's
Cameras.
photog, and Tim Kivel is a supervisor.
He's a spotter.
Marlett rocks and fires, gets her on the outside part of the plate. Mustang fans are clapping, and Wildcat fans have their hands on their heads. Hudson Walker goes down looking for the second out of the inning, And it brings up freshman shortstop Caitlin Moe. Moe singled in the second and singled in the
drives
fifth.
it.
What a play
God.
in center field for the final out of the game. Sierra off with a jumping, diving catch right at the fence. Caitlin Moe gave it a ride, but the Mustangs retire the side in the seventh and take home the 6-4 lead. That was a good ball game once again for the Wildcats. They were, the last couple games have been
Right
You're,
there.
Right there.
Hitting the ball.
Yeah, I mean, worth every price of the 0.0 admission fee to get out here at Peg Ederman Field. There's baseballs flying in. So we're going to do the players of the game. We're just going to do two?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to do
whatever you guys think.
Ava Larson and Hudson Walker are going to be the
Ballers of the game?
it's the Patax. Who's
River City Stitch, right?
is that who we?
Baller of the
River
game?
City Stitch
Yep.
baller of the
Yeah,
game.
River.
yes.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, River City. You can pop the River City Stitch.
Oh,
River
sure.
City Stitch baller of the game, and Chantel's going to go down and interview them. So stick around. We'll be.
Do you want me to go on the field, or do you want them to come up here? Because a lot of times the microphone doesn't work great on the field.
We can have
It
them come
cuts
up here.
out. Then
Yeah, we can come.
Yeah, we'll have them come up, and then we can just
I can go get them.
we can
We can just bring this camera over and
You want to do that
Yep.
instead?
There, do this here.
And then
yeah.
you can give them the headsets. Is that how we do it?
I'm gonna do this. Hold on a second. While
Alright.
we're waiting here, I'm gonna
I'll
do this
sign
real
up.
quick. But hold on. Where's River
don't
City?
do that.
Sign off real quick.
I got it.
Put River City up there. There we go. Well, give us a couple minutes here. Steve will talk a little bit about
Yeah.
the game, and then Coach Fletcher's going to talk to the girls. They're out in left field. You can see them right now. And we'll have Ava Larson and Hudson Walker come up for the River City Stitch players of the game.
Yeah, I thought they played a solid game. They hit the ball, played good defense again. Definitely cutting down on the errors.
I don't think we had any, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we did.
No.
I think we had one last game, and so
Ve-
we're getting
very clean game. You know,
Yeah.
the Mustangs, they got 3 in the fourth, and all those, I mean, they were singles, but they were CNI. They're not any crazy sharply hit balls or anything. They were CNI singles and things like that. They did steal some. Olivia Sample stole some bases for the Mustangs, and the other thing too, Marla. I mean, she held. Let's see how many. Wildcats racked up quite a few hits, and I'll count them up here in a minute. Here, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wildcats got 9 hits and scored 4 runs. So Marta, she shut down. She had a 2-hit shutout against Eau Claire Memorial a week ago. I mean, that's a good team.
Well,
right
she's
there.
consistent. I mean, man, she was hitting that outside of the plate. He was giving it to her, and she did not stop throwing it.
If you're going to get that, if you're going to get a
day
pitch
long.
that's 4, 5, 6 inches off the plate, and you keep throwing it there, that's
consistent.
That's what a good pitcher does.
No, that was good.
So the Wildcats, they fall to 5-9 overall in the season, 1-6 in conference. But we talked a little bit about that on the broadcast. Even though they have 6 losses in the conference, I mean, there's been a lot of close games.
There have been.
They got 3 freshmen in the starting lineup, so a little bit younger team. No senior pitchers.
No.
So
No,
Audra's
you got
a
2
junior.
seniors on the team, and that's it.
What's
3 seniors on the team.
Brenna
Clifton's a sophomore.
She's a sophomore, and then Hudson Walker's a freshman. She's been getting some time. So a young team for Coach Fletcher, and they've and like I said, we talked about the JV team is piling up football scores over there behind us on that
They
field.
are.
So they have them. They obviously, it seems like they got some hitters coming up too.
Well, we
so.
just got a great program now. We've got a solid youth program that's feeding the high school program, and it shows in the JV. And you've got, just by their record and just the talent that they have on that team, that's going to eventually play on the varsity level. It's pretty
and
amazing.
Danny's she's just a sophomore.
Sophomore, yep.
Yeah, so Danny's a sophomore.
Yep.
Reagan Schurz is a freshman. Ava's a junior. Ava Larson's a junior. Mo Kibble's a junior. Hudson Walker, freshman. Caitlin Moe, freshman. George's Bankson is a senior, and Kenna Cook is a
Junior.
Junior, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Audra's a junior.
Yep.
So a lot a lot of young players coming up and already
you actually have
on the varsity.
You have four freshmen.
Yeah, and then
playing on this, Jazzy Schwans.
Jazzy Schwans was not in the lineup today.
No,
but
not tonight.
She is a
solid player, big contributor, role player.
She had a big two-run single against Hudson.
She did
with 2 outs and gave the Wildcats gave them a chance to win.
Yep.
Yeah, Jazzy Schwans. She was not in the lineup today, but is usually.
Yes.
I think she seems like she kind of rotates. I think maybe was it Kenna Cook and Jazzy.
Sometimes with the outfield or DH.
Yeah.
Yep. But no, a lot to build on. I think, like you say, it's a young team. Coach Fletcher definitely has a lot to work with.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, and I think it takes it took. I know Chantel. We're waiting for her to track some of the Ava Larson and Hudson Walker. We're going to wait for them to come up and do the River City Stitch Baller of the Game interviews. But Paul Aderman and yourself and Chantel and like when that youth program got really where it wasn't just 1 or 2 teams. Now the thing about youth softball, they would have, I think probably in the early like 2012, 2013, those. So it's not that long ago. You're talking 10 to 12 years ago.
No, it's not even that. I came in 18 on the board, and I think they were only in their 3rd or 4th year.
Right. It was around the 2014, 2015. It was about that time. But we'll say 10 years about.
Yeah.
But there was like 1 or 2 teams, and now there's like 8 youth teams.
Well, at least. When I came in, there was like 55 girls. Just struggling to get 4 teams,
right.
And now you've got
there's like
135, something like that.
Yeah, it's blowing up.
A couple of 8U teams, 3 in some levels. The 10U, I think they have 3 teams. I can't remember or not, but 12U, all the way up to 14U, and in some years when you have high school, sometimes you have 18U. So it's.
Well, we put in the reason that the River Falls Baseball Council put in another 2 batting cages out at the ballpark was because of youth softball. The growth in the numbers demanded it. It wasn't they earned it and deserved it. That's what that field's for is baseball, but it's also youth softball, and that gives hitters. They can anytime them or their parents or the friends they want to go up there and take swings during the summer and the day. It's wide open. You're allowed to use it, and that's what they're for. And, we had so many kids up there at the batting cages, waiting to hit. We built 2 more, and they're there.
Yeah, we're pretty lucky. That's a nice facility for us to use.
They and speaking of the River Falls, First National Bank of River Falls Field, the Wildcats will be there on Saturday, and they will play Shell Lake at 11 o'clock on Saturday, and that will be part of the they'll have the Wildcat softball team playing out at First National Bank of River Falls Field, and then the baseball team, the varsity baseball team will follow, and then the Fish and the old guys will play a scrimmage game, the groupers.
Yeah.
So we're going to get so Steve, you give your headset to Hudson, and you guys stand right there and kind of there you go. How are you girls doing? You guys kind of stand this way so people can see you guys a little bit. And I'm going to stand right here, but just look at you can I'm going to ask the question, but look at Chantel so the people on the Paul, you can kind of focus on the girls. Yeah, it's kind of tough to see, but zoom in a little bit on them, Paul, so maybe it'll help out a little bit. So with me here on the left of your screen is third baseman Ava Larson. Ava is a junior, is that correct?
Yeah.
And Hudson Walker, first baseman, also a pitcher. She's a freshman. You both went. Let me look at the book here real quick. Ava, you went 2 for 4. You had a couple RBI. And Hudson Walker, you were also 2 for 4. So big game at the plate for both of you girls. You were selected the River City Stitch Ballers of the game. Your thoughts on the game today, Hudson?
I feel like our communication was way better. We hit way better. We didn't make any errors in the field. It was just working together. And when you say hype in the dugout and I don't know.
Do you realize that for me, this is the first time that I've talked to you. It's like talking to a younger a mini Jana. Does she not look like her? Good gracious. Ava, you have been absolutely on fire the last 4 or 5 games. You started out the season a little slow, and then from in the last 4 or 5 games, I mean, I don't know if there's a better hitter in the BRC right now.
Oh, thanks.
What's been the change for you? Why? I mean, literally, does the ball look like a beach ball right now to you?
I go in to the my at bat, and I just have the mentality that I'm gonna pick my pitch and I'm gonna hit it if it's there. So I think we've done a lot of practice about that. So just that mentality is definitely different for me, and that's definitely showing, I think.
Did Coach Fletcher talk to you girls in the dugout? Marla was doing the pitcher for Menomonie today was doing a great job of hammering that outside part of the plate because the umpire was giving her, from up here anyway, we were a little offset, but looked like she was giving her 4, 5, 6 inches outside. Did she tell you anything about how to change your approach at the plate for just the outside pitches that she was getting?
I don't think so. I think she just get ahead in the count or just battle those off, so then you get the pitch you want.
Just to know that was coming.
Yeah.
Because we all knew it was coming. We all got that pitch. So.
Right. So Hudson, what's kind of been before you guys came up? Steve and I were talking about there's 3 and sometimes 4 freshmen in the starting lineup for the Wildcats. You, Jazzy Schwans, Reagan Schurz, and Caitlin Moe. So some very quality freshmen. So what has been kind of that just talks amongst the team? Do you guys even worry about that anymore, or is it there's 4 freshmen in the lineup a lot of times? What is that? What do you girls talk about with that?
I feel like us 4 freshmen, we just the game is much faster. The hitters are better, the pitchers are better. I don't know. I feel like just having a positive attitude and looking up to the older players.
Does the kind of the freshman stigma, is that kind of gone now after you guys are already
I think
10,
so.
11, 12 games into the season?
Yeah.
Okay. Ava, one last question before you go. So you got Menomonie on Thursday. What do you have to do to kind of flip the score on Thursday?
Fletcher was saying just we have to make sure that we get the outs that we can and then translate those onto the board and score more runs.
Yeah, I thought you guys played outstanding on the defensive side of things. I don't think you guys had an error all day, which kudos to you guys in the field. You were we called you the Hoover vacuum cleaner. You were just sucking up ground balls like crazy. Yeah, you guys have been playing well. So, but hey, congrats to both of you for getting the River City Stitch Ballers of the game, and good luck to you on Thursday. Okay.
Thank you.